many times have you heard someone say, "I don't want to hear it"? Probably more than you'd like to admit. It's an interesting line because it tells you a lot, and at the same time, almost nothing. When someone says, "I don't want to hear it," they're not just shutting down a conversation. They're reacting to something underneath it. Something they don't want to deal with, don't want to admit, or don't want to face. Something that hasn't been said out loud yet. And that's exactly where strong dialogue lives. Often the most important part of a conversation isn't what's said out loud. It's actually what's being avoided. If your characters say exactly what they mean all the time, your scenes are going to feel pretty flat and probably boring. Not because the writing is unclear, but because there's no tension underneath it. Everything's out in the open. But real people don't talk that way. They soften things, they dodge, they redirect, they hold back. And sometimes they say one thing and clearly mean something else. That gap between what's said and what's meant, that's called subtext. And that's where the energy of dialogue actually comes from. Now, a ton of writers miss this. They write dialogue that's clear, direct, and technically correct, but it's also on the nose or too exact. Every emotion is named, every intention is spelled out. There's nothing left for the reader to actually interpret. And when there's nothing to interpret, readers start to pull back and disengage. Here's a good example. On-the-nose dialogue sounds like this. "I'm upset that you lied to me." That's clear, that's honest. It's also pretty flat. Now listen to this. "It's fine. I don't care." Same situation, very different effect. The second line works because it leaves space. It doesn't explain everything, it implies it. The reader feels in the emotion, and that participation is what makes the movement land. That's the power of subtext right there. It's not about being vague, it's about being selective and trusting the reader to connect the dots. Make no mistake, your characters still have clear intentions. They still want something from the conversation. But instead of saying it outright, they move it around, they hint at it, they push toward it without fully naming it. And that creates tension. And now the reader is tracking two things at once: what's actually being said out loud and what's really going on underneath. So if something in your dialogue feels off, ask yourself, what is this character avoiding right now? What don't they want to say out loud? Then write the line that circles that truth instead of stating it directly. Because the most important line in a scene isn't what's actually being said, it's what's being avoided. And when someone says, "I don't want to hear it," that's when you know the unspoken truth is sitting right out in the open. If you like this video, we're pretty sure you'll want to watch this one too. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this with someone you think it might help. And for more information on us, go to wardwritingworks.com.